Hey guys, it's Jeff Kirtbag Carving next. I'm at the beginnings of this video I promised y'all. I've got the mud on the wall now, and there's a couple things I wanted to go over with you before I got to the carving part of it. I'm going to do a couple different techniques. This side is going to be kind of that chipped grouted limestone, and then this side is going to be more of a stack type look. So the first thing I wanted to kind of go over stuff is, if you see how rough I've closed this up and you see all these imperfections and the ins and outs of the mud, that's kind of what you're looking for. You don't want it to be perfectly flat, overwork it to where there is no depth or dimension to it off the get-go. That puts you behind the 8 ball, because then you got to start from scratch, cutting in too far and trying to get that depth that you can get with a trowel right away when you close it up. So I'll bring it a little closer here so you can kind of see this is all kinds of open spots, trowel lines that we can take out later. You see the ins and outs of the mud there. This one I troweled in more of a linear pattern, because that's going to be the type of stone that I show you on this one. So that's kind of how you want your beginnings. You don't want it to be perfectly flat against the wall. It's hard to stop doing that. I know you just want to trowel it till it's perfect, especially for you flat work guys and all that. I get that, but just resist doing that and keep it like this, and you'll have better results and less work. On this particular one, this is, like I said, a grouted limestone. I use this tool to create the fractures and the flakes and stuff up in here, and I'll show you how to do that. I have two of them. One's more wore out than the other, obviously, so I use this one because it's pointy and it gets in there good. But if you're starting out and you just get a new one, you can still use these. These are fine. So what I'll do, I'll come in here. I already drew my lines out, made my lines here. I'll come through with this and I'll put it in about, I don't know, you want to bury it in about 1/4 inch or so, just starting out. So you just get it on your center of the tool there, kind of on the line. You want to follow that line. Put it about 1/4 inch and just flake it off. Sometimes you want to put it in there a little bit, and then or run it a long way and peel it a different way so you get a different look, or just flake it out. And just run through your lines like this. You can kind of see it starts getting a cool look to the stone. And what I'll do is I'll go through and do a bunch of them, and don't try and get it perfect. You don't want it to be perfect at all. You want these hard edges. That's what gives you this look. You want all these cool hard edges. Don't go back in them and wipe it out. What I like to do sometimes, I'll just come in and tap on it like this. Just tap on it, it'll close it up, because you don't want it to be smooth. Or if you're going for that look, then brush it and smooth it out. But I kind of like this type of look. So come in here and do that. And then I'll maybe come back with this other one and just kind of touch it up a little bit. Run through so I can keep my grout line straight. Just tip it up. I don't know if I'm in the way here, but so you just do that. And no grout line is going to be perfectly straight. I mean, you want it to be pretty linear through there. But if you got a little tiny dip or something, look at every brick job or stone job that's out there. It's going to have that. So don't try to get too particular with it. And then you can. I slide the tool up a little bit, maybe flake a little more off. You don't want it like a whoop, whoop, whoop. You don't want that look. So if you kind of got that going, just come in and flake it off a little bit. So you run that through. Come in with you can either use a chip brush. I just have this too. It seems to work pretty good. So come in here, just kind of rub on it a little bit, tap it in. That's all you got to do. If you have a big wall of this and you're going, don't worry about getting it perfect like the top part right away. You just want to keep moving along like this. So come down to your next one and just work your way through it. Flick it out. stop it right, you know, at your line, and come down. You can either go up or down, however you want it to look. You know, clean this up a little bit so you know where your grout line is, you know where your stones are. Same with this. You know, come down, and then this grout line obviously is following down through. So get this flipped off like that. And maybe come through with your other one. Just get your establishing that grout line a little bit, not real deep, but just enough to establish it so you can kind of see it, because you'll take a little bit more material out when you come to the point of fine tuning it a little bit more. So let's keep rolling through this. So you can take big chunks, that looks awesome too, don't worry. Keep rolling through this. So doing it again, let's get this popping here. Pull that out. Nothing to it. The faster you go, the less you think about it, the better off you're going to be. Don't try and be perfect with it. Get in there, do some small. You can do a deeper one, get a good deep look to it, and come back up a little thinner with it. Knock some of that off. So that's about it. Then again, come back through, kind of clean up the areas a little bit. Tap that out. You can see it coming to life now. Look, so we'll start taking out some of the material to establish the grout line. Kind of stays a little straight, but then I come in and I come and knock these corners. You know, I'll open this up a little bit and make it a little wider on the corners, and that gives a little bit more realism to it. Sometimes they can come up here, the stone might not be perfect. Widen this out and make the grout kind of go up that way. It'll still be plenty linear and straight, but it's following a stone that's gone through. Clean this up. Get a line, good line there established. Get this clean here. Come around, make sure you don't forget some of your corners. You want it to be a little more rounded. Get around them off, get your cut in there nice. And again, Kirtbag just works so well in all these different applications. Got my brush. So come through, clean it up. And that's pretty much, you know, to the point where you want it. You know, it looks pretty cool. You got no real perfect looking. It's a fast process. See a close up of it. See how I just rounded, you know, the corners a little bit. Each stone's a little different. You got that flaking like it's broke off. I just think it's a really good look for a wall, or, you know, retaining walls, or, you know, really whatever you want to put it to make the grout look a little more realistic. What I like to do is come through with your trowel with this flat into it, and run it and follow the stone, and dig in just a little bit. Follow that stone like this, is come through it, come through, follow the stone, dig in a little bit. This really sets it off. This is really what brings the reality to the grouted look. Come in here, follow your stones, straight in on it, straight in. Just follow your stone with the trowel. Come through. The only thing is, make sure you don't cross over a vertical. So that's a really, really fast, easy, cool look. And I hope I answered all the questions that you might have had in your head, and showing you different techniques on this, and this particular one.